Hey everyone, Mark the Movie Man here, and I am catching up on some other reviews. This one is another film that showed at the Northeast Wisconsin Horror Film Festival, and it is called Deviant Behavior, brought to us by director Jacob Grimm, giving us the story of a down-and-out PI who is hired to try to find a girl who has gone missing, and she's the sister of a very rich individual, so he's willing to pay lots of money. Well, as this detective digs deeper and turns up rocks, he finds himself crossing paths to someone who is doing very mean and nasty things to women that they're kidnapping, and we see how he tries to find this missing girl before it's too late. Deviant Behavior opens strong with a very disturbing opening with a killer, because yes, surprise, there's a killer in here. The music playing while the killer is doing some mean and nasty things. A very effective opening. I'm like, all right, you got me hooked in. And then it hit the noir part of this film, because this is a noir story, and I love noir, don't get me wrong, but this hits so many of the cliche noir points that it took me out of it, because I'm like, wow, this really wasn't adding anything new. And while not every film has to, it just was so cliche beats that it took me out at that point. Now, I did enjoy the story they came up with around the killer and the missing girls in that I thought was interesting, but those bits in between with the investigation part just didn't quite grab me. And it's not the fault of the performers at all. I think it was just the way the characters were written that I would have liked to see just a little bit more originality or a different spin with these characters than what we got. And maybe this film would have been served better as a shorter film rather than a feature film, because I think there's some bits in here you could have probably trimmed out. There's a romance angle in here that you see coming if you pay attention to any noir, and so there's a lot of things that you see coming in this film to make Deviant Behavior just kind of a horror film that is with a lot of other horror films and not really stand out at all. The production value was all right in it for an indie lower budget film. I didn't mind that at all. That wasn't distracting. Audio was decent and such, and some of the gore blood effects in here were pretty decent. But for me, it just was just kind of there, kind of middle of the road, kind of like you saw potential for it to be more, but they never went that route. They went a more easier route, and in the end, for me, it was just not a noir film that I'll probably revisit. But if you are a noir horror fan and are curious about it, you'll want to seek out Deviant Behavior. There are some pretty disturbing moments in here, to be sure, as expected with some indie horror films, but overall, for me, it just was not my cup of tea. And that'll about do it for us here at the Final Cut. Thank you so much for watching. Leave your comments down below if you happen to have seen Deviant Behavior. Please subscribe if you have not already. I appreciate your support. Until next time, remember, keep that ticket stub.